Hi everyone and welcome to this video. So I've decided to do another posters here video. I only did one last week, but I thought, why not? I've got boxes of stuff, so I might as well. Anyway, the first item is this. And this is an RTC. And this is the DS3231. And I'm not exactly sure why this is better than the other one, but I believe it is. So here's the other one that I've got, which I've had for a long time, and I've done videos about this. That's the old one, but here's the new one. So all that's different is the chip appears to be bigger, and well, that's all I could notice. So it's got a different chip, so I don't know if that's going to be better or not. But DS3231. So that's the first item. The second item is this. These are just very simple power jacks. Power sockets. So you get the socket and you screw it into your, your casing or whatever, and then there's a little nut, and the nut goes through the inside of your case, and you screw it down like that, tighten onto the case, and then you get an AC adapter or a DC adapter or whatever you want to call it, plug it in, and then your project has power. So yeah, I've got loads of those. The next item is, let's go for this. So this is actually quite a nice quality little thing, and it comes with a spare fuse holder. So if for some reason this gets lost here, because inside here is a fuse, a quick blow fuse, if that gets lost, you've got another one. Anyway, you plug an IEC lead in here. Obviously this is sitting in your case, and yeah, it provides AC power to your project, and then you do whatever you want to do with it, step it down, rectify it, whatever, via these pins here. So you've got the live pin, the neutral pin, and the earth pin to go to whatever you want. Now the cool thing is about this is it's got this little switch, and this isn't actually connected directly to the AC socket, it's completely separate. So that's quite good because you've got flexibility to do whatever you want to do with it. So you could wire it, or I'm not sure about the rating, but I assume you could wire it to the AC in order to switch the AC off. Or you could use it for your DC circuit to switch the DC side off. I don't know, I mean, that's up to the creator, I suppose. But there's the next item anyway. Now the next item is this. And I don't know a massive amount about these, but I think I do know what it is, and I think it's called a BMS, which is a battery management system. And I believe the way it would work is that you have an amount of cells in the battery pack, and sometimes you can parallel two together, but don't quote me on that because I don't know a great deal about it. But I believe you'd wire the cathode of the battery to here, and then that cell the anode would go to B1. And then the cathode of the next cell in the series would also be wired to this, and the anode of that cell would go there, and then the cathode of the next cell would be wired here also, and then the anode of that cell would go there. So it's like it will hold 1, 2, 3 cells from what I gather. But yeah, like I said, I'm not 100% certain. But the idea of the battery management system is that it detects any inconsistencies in various different ways, and if it detects it as a problem, it will shut the pack down. Now, just incidentally while I'm here, these things are responsible for a lot of waste in my opinion, because if these things break or they detect a small fault, it doesn't actually mean that the cells are dead. It just simply means that it's not worked 100%. And all of the cells that I have, all of the lithium-ion cells, are all second-hand cells, and they've all been disregarded by battery management systems, yet they're still perfectly fine. So yeah, it's just something interesting about BMSs. Anyway, this power plus and power minus, I assume that's to power the board, so I'm not exactly sure how that gets powered, but there you go. I can see here R11 is that. That is probably a current shunt, but again I'm not 100%. Anyway, you've got 4 chips here. Now that's interesting because that seems to suggest to me that it actually deals with 4 something instead of 3 or whatever I said before. So I'll have to check that. Other than that, I don't know a great deal about this BMS at the moment. So HX3S01, maybe it is, I think it probably is 3 cell, but okay. Okay, this next product, I've actually got a bit of a story to tell before I go on about this product. As a YouTuber, particularly in this niche here of electronics, we get a lot of emails from companies saying, why don't you advertise for us? Why don't you mention our name? Or why won't you mention our name? Would you mention our name? Can you post links and all this sort of stuff? Companies do it all the time. And what they say is, we'll give you free samples. You can have free products if you mention our name. But the thing is about that is that I'm no fool, and I know in the UK this may be £4 or whatever, or £3, but I know that they make these for 20p. And what it means is that basically I become a means of advertising, and what do I get out of it? Well, I get 15p's worth of goods. So, you know, adding it up, is it worth advertising and putting a bias on my channel for what works out at 15p or maybe £1 if they send me different products? So I'd get £1's worth of products, and they'd get potentially, you know, if I'm recommending to buy these things, you know, you guys could end up paying whatever it is to get the product. You know, and what do I get out of that? Why should I bias my channel for that? So anyway, I've not done it up to now. But anyway, this particular company is called IC Station, and they're actually quite reasonable. They've not been pressurising or anything like that. They sent me this little module here with no pressure. They weren't fussed, and I've had it for a long time, several months, and they weren't pushy. And they voluntarily said, look, we'll give you more now. You know, they seem quite reasonable. I've looked at their prices online, and they do seem reasonable. So I thought, you know, with this one company, why not? So anyway, about the actual product itself, it appears to be something where you connect your phone to it somehow, and I'm not exactly sure how that is at the moment. It seems that you connect your phone to it, and there's a key here. I assume that's some sort of matching. And there's a relay, a 250 volt rated relay, and I assume what happens is you get an app on your phone or something, and you connect to this thing and say turn on, turn off. And on the back you can see that it's normally open, common, and normally closed. And here you've got power, which is ground and 12 volts. So this is a 12 volt powered device. Usually the Songle relays that I've worked with are 5 volts, but this one's 12 volts. Okay, the first item, the DC power supply charger jack socket, I paid 31p, and that's from China, from a seller, fashion-shop 86. I don't think there's much point in reading the description because it's fairly self-explanatory. You plug a little plug into it, or a little jack, or whatever you want to call it, and you get power. That's pretty much all there is to it. So 31p for 10 from this seller. The next item, this is the DS3231 clock, and this is from KN35, who I've bought lots of stuff from in the past, and it was £1.76 for 2. So okay, 80-90p each, that's not too bad. And let's see what it says about it. Anything interesting? Right, yeah. Calendar alarm clock with 2 programmable square wave outputs. That's really interesting. So when it hits a certain time, a pin will output a signal, and I suppose that can turn something on or off or whatever. And yeah, that's quite interesting. So what else does it say? Memory chip with a storage capacity of 32k. Now that's also very interesting. Why would it have a 32k storage area? I'm not too sure off the top of my head. Can be cascaded, the rest can be shorted. A0, A1, A2. Yeah, I've seen that before. It gives you the ability to use different combinations to set the address of the I2C device. And there's a very primitive but yet useful description of the pinout, or how to connect it to the Arduino. So that's very useful. So £1.76 for 2 from KN35. The next product is the 5 to 8 amp PCB BMS protection board. Now, when I bought this, I thought it was 3 packs, but it's actually not 3 packs. They mean they're 3 cells, not 3 packs. So I only got 1 of these, and I expected 3, so it's not such a good deal. I paid £1.49 for 1, which, yeah, I don't think that's a good deal at all. But the seller's from B_studio, and what's this? Oh, you may also like. I'm not interested in that at the minute. Right, so yeah, maximum working current 8 amps, maximum transient current 10 amps. I believe transient current is current which fluctuates, so it may not always be a constant 8 or whatever. It can fluctuate. So yeah, so overcharging voltage. So if it detects over voltage, it will, I guess it will shut down. Over discharge, I guess it would shut down. So do not mix good and poor cells to use. That's common sense, because if this thing detects a big problem or any discrepancy or something like that, it will probably shut down. Anyway, did I say who that was from? I think I did. Yeah. So the next item is the one piece of 15 amp 250 volts IEC power socket, and this was 41p from Shanghai from shoes.kingdom. And again, we probably don't need to see the description. Yeah, there's nothing interesting about the description really, but I was actually surprised with this product because it is very, very good quality. If I can get the image, here it is. Is it going to show up? No. Well, yeah, I was very happy with the quality because the plastic molding is very good. Anyway. And the last item, which is this one from IC Station. So again, just to let you know, I received this product for free, so I'd like to say thanks to IC Station for that. I didn't pay for it. It's a free sample, so yeah. Anyway, so what does it say? Wi-Fi relay, delay, switch module, self-lock mode, low power smart. Well, if you know how these things work, these titles, they're largely keyword stuffed so that they appear on search engines and whatever. But basically, this is a Wi-Fi and 2G, 3G, 4G remote relay control, basically. So, in other words, it's a wireless switch which you can connect to from your phone or Wi-Fi. It seems, anyway. So let's see what it says about it. This will be quite interesting because I don't know anything about this. So the operating voltage for the relay is 12 volts. The operating current is 250 milliamps. I assume that's because of the transmitter and receiver, because that's quite high. The quiescent current is 90 milliamps, and then there's the output of the relay. There's a couple of other things there. Wi-Fi network control or support 2G, 3G or 4G cell phone network. That's really interesting. Then it says the operating mode is self-locking, and it says down here, self-locking is where you press the button on the eWeLink app for one time and the switch will be on, and the switch will be off after pressing the button one more time. Okay, so basically when you click it, it toggles on or off, whereas the inching relay, it's more like a momentary tact switch where you press it and it shorts, and when you release it, it lets go instantly. So yeah, so this does seem very interesting actually, and there's an example of how to use it. And you'd use this eWeLink app, and it actually does look very interesting. Yeah, when I received this module, I was quite hesitant. I was like, oh, what's that? But actually, I'm getting quite excited about this one now. So there will be another video about this, and how to use it, and showing you this eWeLink app. So yeah, very interesting. So this is from IC Station, and it would normally cost £4.46. So there we go. I hope you enjoyed the video, and there's plenty more to come. Thank you for watching. Bye.